We've already heard suggestion about inclusion of these measures in longitudinal surveys. We also need better and consistent measures of state policy, and that's one of the great contributions of the center to our understanding. Let me turn to the second area, looking at the importance of state data and analytic capacity to monitor their personal assistance and home and community-based service programs. And I'm going to talk here about some results from the cash and counseling experiment. This is not my work. This is work of Randy Brown and his colleagues at Mathematica. These are from tables from a commentary that I wrote on their work, which is probably the strongest evidence that we have on the effect of consumer-directed care option compared to regular agency care. And there's a lot in that study. I'm only going to mention a couple of things. One of the effects of the demonstration, the offering the consumer-directed care, was that hours of paid care went up substantially. That's what you would that is something that you would expect. The results did raise two other policy issues. One is that most of most of the personal assistance workers were actually paid family members. So that means two things. One, that means that agency workers and agencies' jobs are reduced as a consequence of this particular change, and that leads to some of the political issues that have been alluded to before, particularly with unions and other advocates of the agency workers. The other thing to note is that the total hours of care received did not increase as a result of this offer of consumer-directed care. So it's really a shift from paid care to family care, or I'm sorry, agency care to paid family and non-family consumer-directed workers. The other points I want to make on this, in terms of the benefits to consumers and the benefits to family care, there's overwhelming evidence of favorable effects relative to agency care on meeting needs, satisfaction with care, satisfaction with life, quality of care of the consumers, and similarly for the family caregivers. Public expenditures, however, those benefits didn't come without some price. The expenditures under the consumer-directed option were higher than for the agency care because of the greater expenditures on personal assistance and other equipment and modifications. There was actually a reduction in nursing home expenditures, but it wasn't enough to offset the increase in personal assistance costs. So I think one good thing about this program is consumer-directed care is that it can be adjusted in terms of how services are delivered, what percent of the care package is covered, so that politicians concerned about the budget have ways of addressing it. But in order to do that, I think states need to have data and analytic capacity to monitor their their programs, and that involves all aspects of the program, including some quality indicators like adverse events.